I am your host, Marco Cabrera, and today we have a special guest, Chris Khalaf, the Senior Executive and VP Partner at Sunnyside Title. Customer service is his number one priority. He is committed in growing customer relationships. How you doing, man?
Good.
Thank you for being here. I know we've been talking about sitting down together. I mean, we've done business together, but sitting down and building relationships. So, yeah, thank you for being here,
I
man.
appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. So we're just going to get right into it. You
Let's
cool
do
with
it.
that?
Let's do it.
So what was your life before title company and real estate in general?
I was a college kid. Jumped out of, graduated college. Didn't know, like most people, what I wanted to do. And my current partner opened a title company a year prior for me starting. And I just jumped in. And I said, all right, I'll sell title. I don't know what it is, but I'll do it.
Give it a shot, right?
Yeah, entrepreneurial. Just jump right in and try to make some money. And it
That's
worked
what's
out.
up.
Worked out.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
What'd you go to college for?
Finance.
Finance. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a numbers guy.
I'm a numbers guy.
Right.
I went to college just to go to college.
Okay.
I don't think I needed it, but I did it. So I graduated. So it worked
good.
out.
I mean, that a lot of people don't graduate.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, that's an accomplishment
Exactly.
in itself.
No, college is good to mature a little bit. I didn't really need that. I was there already. So
You were mature already.
I was mature already. Yeah. I worked since I was a freshman in high school, man. So
Okay.
every day.
Yeah.
So
I know a lot of your family. I think that pretty much runs in your family.
yeah.
Right. Because I remember everybody was working.
They had no
throughout high
choice.
school.
We weren't big athletes, so either you're working or you're not. So
Yeah, that's good, man. But there's gold there, right? When it comes to entrepreneurs, I think everybody started the hustle, whether they were working somewhere or just
Exactly.
creating their own business at an
Yep.
early age.
Yeah.
I think it helps build that foundation.
Absolutely. You feel it. You want it more. You appreciate it more. So you start from the ground up, and it's a nice feeling when you succeed.
Yeah, that's good. Do you have any kids? Any children?
2 boys.
2 boys. Are you gonna make them work too early?
I'll try.
You got to keep passing it
I'll
on, man.
try. We live in a different world nowadays, but
Yeah.
I will try. Like I said, if they're not doing sport, they do something after school.
Yeah.
So
So work it is.
work it is. At least part time.
Yeah.
I think it's good for you.
Yeah.
It matures you. I think it's always good when someone else is yelling at you.
Yeah.
Not your
Yeah.
parents. If someone else is yelling at you to do something, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
No, absolutely. And I need that in my life, right? Like every time I have mentors in so many different areas.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, don't sugarcoat it.
No.
I need to get punched in the gut,
Yeah.
smacked in the face,
Yeah.
tell me what I'm doing wrong so I could go and correct it.
Especially kids nowadays. We really baby them a lot. I like it when other people tell my kids, don't do this, don't do that, like in the right way.
Yeah.
Because it teaches them a little bit more. Because coming from me, they think I'm an asshole. Sorry to
Yeah.
say, but
That's just being
yeah,
dad.
yeah. But someone else doing it, like, oh, maybe he has a point.
Yeah. It's funny because we could tell our kids like the sky is blue. They're like, whatever, dad. Then somebody else tells them, they're like, you know what?
Yeah.
The sky was blue. I'm like, I think I told you that a million times.
Yep. And for some reason, they think everything on YouTube is real. So
Yeah, exactly. All right. So you went to college, finance. Now, was there anything in finance that actually helps you in what you do today?
learning numbers always helps in growing a business, and my business has grown a lot since I first started in the industry. So knowing the numbers helped, but just being in the industry, in the finance and the business world, it
Yeah.
definitely helps you, do anything.
Yeah, for sure. So why don't you give us a little history of like Sunnyside Title?
So Sunnyside Title has been around since 2018.
Okay.
Originally in 2006, when I first started, we were Apple Title. We sold Apple Title to First American, the underwriter, in 2016. Became a part of them. Became a part of a bigger organization. One of the underwriters. Working for an underwriter is a little different than having your own agency. There's a lot of red tape. There's a lot of bureaucracy that you got to go through, and it just wasn't for us. Being in a title company in North Jersey, trying to close deals quickly and fast and taking on risk.
Yeah.
They were kind of risk averse, because they're a big underwriter. They don't want to take on any risk, which we get. But to make money in this industry, you've got to just take some risk here and there,
Absolutely.
because that's what we do. We're trying to figure out what kind of risk we're taking on each file. So you
Yeah.
got to take on a little risk.
Yeah.
So that didn't work out, and we kind of split off from First American, and we opened up Sunnyside Title 2018. Still the same kind of team, and we're doing it ever since. The industry has changed a lot since I've been in it.
To say the least.
Say the least. When I first started in the industry, we were just a title company. We weren't doing settlements. We weren't doing closings.
Yeah.
The attorneys would do that. Most people don't know that are in this industry now.
Yeah.
Attorneys actually did the closings. We didn't handle it. They would send us a check once the deal finalized, and we would just cash it and then send that insurance policy, title policy.
Yeah.
Nowadays, we're doing it all from A to Z. So our business model changed, totally. We had to add on a lot more staff, learn how to do closings. Once the C, when we went from a HUD to a CD, that changed everything. And that's when it all happened back in like 2015. And, we were scared at first. There's good and bad to it. There's a lot more liability now for us. Closing deals is tricky. It comes with being tricky, but just it also lets us control the business a little more too. So that helps too. Offering more of a service, we became
Yeah.
even more service
Yeah, like one stop
oriented.
shop.
One stop shop. Working with a lot more realtors, a lot more lenders, a lot more individuals themselves that we could close deals with attorneys if need be. On certain deals, if they're like friendly deals and everyone knows what's going on. But yeah, it's the industry has changed a lot.
Yeah. So, I mean, explain to our listeners, because my point of like creating this podcast is to help people understand, information on the industry, especially real estate,
Mhm.
how many different avenues that they can go, right? So, why don't you explain for our listeners, like the importance of title insurance and what the process is like?
So, the honestly, the only thing that you wanna come out of a closing, the most important thing of coming out of closing is having a title policy. It's the only thing that kinda protects you from anything that may happen in the future, right? There's no other protection. You can close on a deal, and if you don't have that title policy in place and something were to have happened that you never checked on, you're kinda shit out of luck, right? You put up all that money, and now you have a claim on title that you can't clear because you don't have a policy.
Yeah.
You know, I know a lot of people telling me like title insurance is a scam. I can see where they're coming around with that. I understand it, but insurance is in place for a reason. You want insurance when you need it.
Yeah.
So, and the way title works is the day you buy the property, it goes backwards, not forwards, because you own that property going forward. So you're the one that's going to screw up the title going forward.
Yeah.
But back, you can't control that. So that's why you have that policy in place to help you with any defects that happened in the past. That because we're an industry where it's all done by people, right? Searches
Yeah.
are done by people. Recordings, stuff like that, is all done by people. There could be mistakes
Yeah.
happen. Paying that $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 in a title insurance policy, in my opinion, is well worth it. It's just like having an attorney on your deal.
Yeah.
You don't have to have an attorney, but it just makes a lot more sense to protect yourself.
Yeah.
So, you know, uh, title is title. It's regulated by the state. Our fees are regulated. It's not like people are coming to me and saying, "Can you do it for this much?" No, it is what it is, right? There
Yeah.
are certain fees I could help out with, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. The premium is there. That's set by the state. Our fees are also set by the state. There are a little leeway here and there, but for the most part, when you see that shopping for title on the CD,
Yeah.
you're not really shopping much. You're saving maybe $200-300.
Yeah. It's regulated. So
It's
it is what it
regulated.
is.
It comes down to service, getting things done, and you're working with somebody that is gonna get you that policy when you need it.
Yeah, yeah. That's good, man. And I think it's so important. Like my company, we do a lot of deals. So there's a lot of title companies that we have strong relationships
Of
with
course.
because we know that they're going to deliver, right?
Exactly.
But at times, like when it comes to like new realtors, new wholesalers, just people in the industry, they tend not to understand the importance of title,
Correct.
importance of an attorney,
Correct.
right? All those people that are actually working for their benefit,
Correct.
right? And I think they lose a lot of patience because they don't understand the process behind it.
Absolutely.
Right? Can you explain like the process? Like if somebody sends you a new order,
Yep.
they want to buy this house. How does it work so they get an
So
understanding?
the way it usually works, right? If you got a regular deal, the attorney, you get a contract in, right? And you
Yeah.
get it under attorney review. The attorney gets it out of AR, a couple of days, and then they go through negotiations of, changing certain things here and there, doing your inspection. Once, the inspections are good, mortgage is set. If there is a mortgage, that's usually when our attorneys order the title. They send it over to us, and then it takes us about 3 to 5 days to get a title binder back. The title binder will show you, what's current on the property, what mortgages, what liens, any easements, any encumbrances on the property. We'll show that in our title commitment that we send to the buyers and sellers attorney, and then it goes from there. We try to, this is what we need to clear title. We need a payoff. There's a judgment that needs to be taken care of. We need a survey, and that will go from that process. And the sellers usually provide that information to us, and then once the bank is ready to close, and title is clear, that's when we do our job of the settlement wise. And we'll put the numbers together. We'll send out this CD to everybody with the bank, making sure that all the numbers are correct, and we set a closing date. When we set a closing date, we'll have the attorney, give us the go ahead, and we'll tell the buyers what amount they need to bring to closing,
Yeah.
and get your deal closed. And then once after that, we'll take the file, record all the mortgages, the deeds, and about 2 to 3 months after that, you'll get your policy,
Yeah.
and you're good. You're set.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so funny because people got to understand like if you're doing a deal, you got to make sure that title clears.
Correct.
right? Because we've
That's
had
our only
situations
job.
where, I mean, we say it all the time. What is it? Buyers are liars, sellers are worse,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So the sellers a lot of times don't understand what's in title or
Correct.
what they owed. It could be back taxes,
Correct.
could have been a second mortgage, and they're gonna get less because the buyer's not gonna pay extra.
Correct.
So, have you had any type of nightmares in title? Sure, you have.
Oh yeah. We always have nightmares. Once we closed on a property, a couple years back, where there was two properties that were subdivided, and the subdivision was never done correctly, and the actual person that owned the property actually owned the property next door, and the person next door owned they were living in the right property, but under paper they were on the opposite. And
Get outta
we
here.
closed the deal actually and found that after the fact.
What?
And
So it was recorded. Okay, they were living in the right property,
yeah,
but on paper and recorded, they were living on the
correct,
opposite.
correct,
Wow.
because
And they're right next to each other,
right
the
next to each other,
lots.
and the subdivision was not done correct because the subdivision was not done correctly.
Yeah.
It came down to it. Um, that was a shit show. But there's always something like I in my business. There's something new every day that you don't see.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's like I said, like that's why it's so important what we do to clear this up. It's a headache you're saving yourself down the road. 5-10 years down the road
Yeah.
when you do go to sell,
Mhm.
because that's what you need clear title for. So you can go sell that property one day. That's
Yeah.
the importance of title.
Yeah.
People don't understand that. When we say clear title, yeah, we need it clear. Nothing on it, so that when you
Nothing.
do go to sell one day, you're good to sell.
Yeah.
That's the importance of it.
How do you keep your team motivated to be able to solve those problems, to keep your company afloat and to push through to get these deals done?
So how I've always looked at my business is, we're the last line of defense. We're like we're the ones that are like are almost there, like that that last piece to get this to the finish line, right? So
Yeah.
it's like I always tell the staff, you got to be just calm. Can't Don't get too involved. Don't get too emotional with these deals because everybody gets emotional in the real estate closing. So like we kind of keep my staff calm and cool, and you know it's very simple what we need. This is what we need to close your deal, right?
Yeah.
And we'll help you get it if you can't get it, but you need to work with us.
Yeah.
Communication is key.
Yes.
Keep the lines of communication open so that I always say don't let someone come back and point a finger at us.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that we make sure we get everybody what they need. And we also like to say it's like when someone kind of called us out, we like to put them back in their place. And no, we sent you this. This is what we need. And like call them out in the right way to get the deal rolling because there's 4 things that we need on title that we need to clear.
Mhm.
Get it to us. We'll close for you. If the bank's ready, we're ready.
Yeah.
That's what we always tell everybody. And it's very clear cut. There's nothing. There's no brain. There's no rocket sciences. It's just this is what we need. Get us what we need. We will get you to the closing table.
Yeah.
We've been doing this long enough. We know what we need to do.
Yeah.
Are there certain deals that are just nightmares and almost impossible to close? Yeah, but it shouldn't be like that in every deal. It should
Yeah.
be pretty easy. If everyone in the deal is professional, they've been doing this for a long time, they know what they also need to do to get the deal closed.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a key there that you said was communication, right? Because that's key
That's
in everything. Like I remember I had this guy who was new in real estate, and he was in the middle of the transaction, sent title, and then the attorney sent him an attorney email, just being straight, dry, what he needs, what he expects. And this guy had a meltdown. I'm like, he calls me, do you believe this? I'm like, number one, calm down.
Yeah.
Because you're reading an email, right?
Exactly.
It's almost like a text.
Exactly.
It has no emotion.
Nope.
Right? So you might be making stuff up in your mind.
Yes.
Oh, this attorney's
Yeah.
trying to screw this deal up.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's just being an attorney,
Yeah.
protecting his client's interests.
Correct.
I'm like, take a breather, right? Don't get emotional. Give him a call. I guarantee he'll clear everything out.
Correct.
That's exactly what he did. He called me back right after. You know what? You were right. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you get emotional. You start to make stuff
Yeah.
up in your head, and all that does is delay the process,
Yeah. Well,
right?
attorneys need to cover their ass, right? So they get very blunt and and don't sugarcoat things, which that's how they need to be.
Yeah.
We're kind of the same way. There's no don't take offense to anything. We're just trying to get the deal closed. This is
Yeah.
what we need.
Yeah.
We'll help you. Like I said, we'll help you, but you got to help us too. It's
Yeah.
like realtors are doing very well for themselves, so they have to be able to get us what we need if we need it.
Yeah. So when it comes to realtors, attorneys, like what makes like you said, you like to work with them. So everybody's got to pull their weight.
Yeah.
What makes the relationship stronger when doing these type of transactions?
You know, nowadays some realtors they like to micromanage things. There's certain things a realtor can help us with, but for the most part, there's not many things they can help us with. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
you know, it's between the closing is between really the lender, the attorney, and us. There are some aspects where the realtor will have to jump in, but for the most part, if those three, the attorney, the lender, and us, are all on the same page and getting what we need, we will make the transaction pretty seamless.
Yeah.
So kind of staying in your lane.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to stay in their lane.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're going to ask you, this is what we need. You get it to us, we'll close.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah. If you're looking to dive into the world of real estate, we have the perfect tools and resources just for you. Our carefully selected top secret document library is packed with proven documents to streamline your transactions and help you navigate the real estate market with confidence. Additionally, we offer a comprehensive wholesale 101 masterclass designed specifically for beginners. In this course, you'll learn everything you need to know about finding affordable properties, negotiating lucrative deals, and building a network of eager buyers. We're here to empower you with the knowledge and skills necessary to flourish in the real estate industry. But that's not all. The Real Estate Investor's Secret Vault is your gateway to unlimited success. Our marketing matrix and calculators will assist you in making informed decisions, ensuring maximum profits effortlessly. So don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to kickstart your real estate journey. Join us today and unlock the secrets that will propel your real estate career to new heights. Log on to investorsvault.club and get started now. Now let's get back to our program. Yeah. So agents, stop being annoying.
Well,
You know what it is? Everybody wants that check.
everybody wants that
Right?
check.
Everybody wants to get the deal closed and get that money.
And guess what? We make money when the deal closes also.
Yeah.
So
We're in this
we
together.
want to close as much as anybody.
Yeah.
But it's got to be done right.
Absolutely.
Sometimes agents call me and say, why aren't we closing? Well, there's this issue on title. And they say, okay, so how can we close? I said, this is what we need. And then it's just like, well, how do we get it? I'm like, this is how we need to get it. This is what we need to do.
Yeah.
This is what we've explained this to everybody. Everyone has to do their job now.
Yeah. Execute.
That's all. And everyone's busy. I get it. Attorneys are busy. Lenders are busy.
Yeah.
So not every file is on top of their on their list.
Yeah.
So people have to be a little bit more patient.
Yeah.
Again, if you're working with the right people, the deals will get closed.
Yeah.
Now, some close faster than others, but there's certain things that we can't control.
Yeah. And I think people lose sight of that, right? Like be patient.
Be patient.
You're not the only client that this company has,
Patient.
right?
Yeah.
So if you submit something, you have to understand there might be like 5, 6, 7, 10 files
Yeah.
before you. Same with the attorney. They got a whole day set up with court. So it's going to take some time for them to reply to the email and to give you a call. So
Especially-
set like real expectations. And I do that with our sellers all the time. Like, look, typically we're going to try to close in 30 days. But the reality is we got a holiday coming up.
Yeah.
We're off on this day.
Yeah, of course.
Like there's so much stuff that
Of
could
course.
cause it to close not in 30 days. So you got to help everybody understand that.
And not every deal has to close in 3 days.
No.
It's not gonna. Listen, there's certain deals. Yeah, I get it,
Yeah.
but not every deal is time of the essence. Not every deal the rate lock's gonna expire. Like we get that a lot. Oh, the rate lock's gonna expire. Oh, it's time of the essence. Like, no, it's not. Let us do our thing. Push that button when you need to.
Yeah.
Don't do it on every deal.
Stop crying wolf.
Exactly, because it gets old.
Yeah.
So when you need to push that button, I'm ready for you.
Yeah.
But let it be legit.
Yeah.
That's all we say. We'll move as fast as we can, but you got to have realistic expectations, like you said.
Yeah. Now, what do you see in the future for title companies?
Any
Any like cool new AI or any type of stuff that you could implement to your company? That's gonna-
title is pretty. Title is title. I like to say, like,
Yeah.
I don't see much changing. On our end, it's still like a person to person kind of business. It's like they've tried these online title companies. I just don't see it. It's a very localized business, right?
Yeah.
I know a lot of bigger banks. They kind of use title companies in like Ohio when they're closing a deal in Jersey. It's like, what are you doing? Like, you're just gonna shooting yourself in the foot. It's gonna take forever to close that deal because they're not here. They don't get the process, and every state's different.
Yeah.
Like us, New Jersey compared to New York is like total opposite how deals
Total
close.
opposite.
So every state is different when it comes to title. So it's a really localized person to person, business to business, model, and it will stay that way, I think, for the foreseeable future. Now, every couple of years, does a business change of how to get the business and how it's being closed? Yeah, but for the most part, title's been around for hundreds of years, and it is what it is, kind of business.
Yeah, I don't see it going anywhere either. or really
No,
changing from what it is?
no, and people like to say, a lot of states don't have attorneys on deals.
Mhm.
Uh,
Like
North
PA is one of them,
PA
right?
is
That's
one of
one.
them. Yeah, PA, Florida. The realtors are negotiating these deals.
Yeah.
And when we look at it from New Jersey, we say like, how the heck is a realtor negotiating these terms for a client? It's just like, there's so much fraud in this business
Yeah.
as it is.
Yeah.
You're not having an attorney involved is it's kind of mind boggling to
Yeah.
me, just to protect you, one of your biggest assets you'll ever, for most people
Yeah.
that they'll ever purchase in their
Yeah,
life.
like you're getting a $300,000 loan.
Yeah,
Like hire an attorney,
hire an attorney.
to look over it.
Hire an
And it's
attorney,
not that expensive with real
especially if you
estate.
don't know. If you're especially not in the business,
Yeah.
you definitely want an attorney.
Yeah.
Just to cover your ass.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So what advice would you give somebody who's trying to get into your industry, specifically title?
Hustle, grind. Uh,
Yeah.
there's a lot of different ways to get business in our industry. But right now it's slow. Someone that wants to open up a title company right now, I don't know. They're gonna struggle.
Yeah.
It's not. There's right now the industry. There's so many people in it, and everyone's trying to get a piece of something really small right now
Yeah.
because there's no inventory, right?
Mhm.
So, it's a tough time to get in the industry, and people think opening up a title company is easy. It is easy to open up a title company, but people don't understand the liability of owning a title company.
Mhm.
You could close 1,000 deals, and then that one deal that you close, someone wired from your staff $1 million to this hacked account, and
Wow.
guess what? You got to repay that $1 million back.
Yeah. That's on you.
That's on me. That's on us. A lot of liability. People don't see that part of it.
Mhm.
That's the scary part of it. Wires, fraudulent stuff, fraudulent transactions, very scary. It happens. It happens to all of us. We've had a few times where we just got frauded.
Yeah.
Nothing you could do. We get emails constantly of, "Hey, wire us this money. Hey, wire us that money." You know, it's hard, which is why it's when I say realtors try to micromanage. When you try to push deals to close, that's when mistakes happen
Mm.
because you're pushing and pushing and pushing, and then like you're not seeing the whole picture, and you're just moving too quickly. My staff will move too quickly,
Yeah.
and that's when mostly mistakes happen when we're being pushed to close something.
Yeah.
It's forced a little bit because we're not looking at everything.
Yeah, that's like anything, right? When you rush, like that's usually the time you bang your knee.
Yeah, exactly,
You trip
exactly,
down the steps. Like just slow down, take your steps. Those
Ex-
extra 2 seconds aren't going to cause
exactly,
anything. Now
exactly.
you're hurting yourself.
You're hurting yourself, and like I said, a lot of times when deals close and the mistake happen, we're the ones that pays for it.
Yeah.
The realtors are gone, the attorneys are gone. We're the last man standing.
Yeah. So title's very tedious. I mean, you got to make sure you dot the I's, cross the T's, because at the end of the day, people are going to look at you like, what did you do? Right. And you're the
Yeah,
one that's going to take the fall for
exactly,
it.
exactly. So
Yeah.
when people want me to move fast, I will.
Yeah.
But then when I get pushed too fast, mistakes can happen, and we're all gonna look bad, and it's something we don't want to happen because it does cost us money.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Mhm.
So, now this is for some personal questions now.
Sure.
What have you read or listened to recently that's inspired you?
Uh, you know, I'm I believe in God, so I know I'm Christian, so we read the Bible often,
Yeah.
as much as possible. Um, you know, I'm not into the whole Tony Robbins stuff and stuff like that. I used to, but not, as I gotten older, kind of just I kind of know where I need to be in life.
Yeah.
I try to stay focused on what's important, and I don't listen to all the nonsense. I try not to listen to nonsense. There's a lot of nonsense out there.
Yeah.
I don't listen to it.
It's a lot of salesy stuff
A
too,
lot of
right?
salesy stuff. Everyone's trying to make money in different ways.
Yeah.
In my industry, I know what I need to do to be successful.
Mhm.
It's got to focus on it, and I think that's any business. Just focus on what you know you're good at,
Mhm.
and you'll succeed.
Yeah, and that's a problem entrepreneurs like have, right? They start making a little money on one thing, they jump ship and start getting to the next
Correct.
shiny object,
Correct.
end up messing up what they had in first place
Correct.
and broke.
Correct.
Right?
Side hustle. Everybody wants to have a side hustle. Well, you got to perfect one thing
Yeah.
first, then to have a side hustle.
Yeah.
Side hustles, to make some side money.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I never never believed in the side hustle business. I said, if you're in an industry or you're in a career that you can make money in, what do you need a side hustle for?
Mhm.
Focus on that.
Yeah.
And then if something comes along the way, it makes sense, go for it. But to focus on something else when you're not perfected in what you're currently doing, what's the point?
Yeah. I was talking to somebody the other day, entrepreneur, and they were like, yeah, I'm thinking of doing a side hustle, getting into another whole other industry.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't you just get another client in
Yeah.
your current
Correct.
industry? Why go learn
Correct.
something else,
Yeah.
Waste time? And they were just
That
looking
shouldn't
at
be a
me
side hustle.
dumbfounded.
That should be your new career then. It
Yeah,
should be a
just
side
yeah,
hustle.
exactly.
No,
Just get a new client. You'll
I
probably make more money than you would than testing out a side hustle that you probably won't like and failing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm a title guy. I do title.
Yeah.
I don't have my real estate license. I don't have my mortgage license. I let I let people do that. That are supposed to do it. I do title.
Yeah.
Do I invest in real estate? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm in this business for.
Yeah.
To do that also.
Yeah.
That's the fun part. I guess that is a side hustle for most. Real estate, but that's a little different.
Yeah. So what investments do you have going on as far as real estate is concerned?
I got a couple multifamilies, uh, and I'm always looking to get in and out of deals quickly. I just did my first flip last month. We closed on it.
Nice. Where at?
In Passaic.
Okay.
It was our first one. We got our feet wet. We learned a lot.
I'm sure.
Didn't make what we expected. But it's okay. I mean, we made some money and we learned and we did it pretty quickly, so it worked out. And looking forward to the next one.
Nice. Good stuff. We got to
Yeah.
talk about that, man.
Yeah,
Might be able to have some deals for you in the future.
absolutely.
So name 3 of the most influential people in your life.
3. My wife, uh, my kids, and my mom.
Yeah, pretty straightforward,
Pretty
right?
straightforward. Yeah.
Family. You're a
That's it.
family guy.
That's all that really matters. No one else really matters. Just them. And my, of course, my siblings, and
Yeah.
but they're them. That's all I'm doing it for.
Yeah. That's good. I
Yeah.
mean, that's more than enough
Yeah,
motivation,
it's
right?
more than enough motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah. They push me. They know how to they know how to push me. So
Yeah.
it's for them. I always tell my wife I don't need much.
Yeah. We're simple.
We are
We're
simple.
simple.
I try to be simple.
Yeah.
I try to be simple. Sometimes you let life consume you too much and you want more.
Yeah.
But keep yourself grounded and stay focused on what you're doing.
Nice. So what's the future for Chris and Sunnyside Title?
What's the future? Retirement. No, I've been doing this since '06. I've been doing it for 17, 18 years now. It gets harder every year.
Yeah.
But that, there's a reason for that. You grow. I try to grow every
Mhm.
year. I'm not, when I first started in this business, we wanted to hire 1,000 salespeople.
Yeah.
And we wanted to do 1,000 deals a month. We learned very, very quickly you don't have to.
Yeah.
You know, as I grow, I just want to keep working with the right people. I'm trying to get, the headaches out of my life and
Yeah.
focusing on working with the right people. Because
Yeah.
if you do that, it becomes, the business comes a lot easier.
Yeah. I think the older you get, you realize that the key is time and having peace of mind.
100%.
Right? Those 2 things are
100%.
priceless.
Yes. You get to start putting your career. It's like, okay, I'm making this now. I want to make more, right? But I want to do it now and with less headache.
Yeah.
And not take on every deal and work with every person because
Yeah.
every person, you're not going to mesh well with every person.
Yeah.
I've learned that,
Yeah.
and you kind of like, you try to mesh with certain people and you can't.
Yeah.
And you keep trying to do that. And it's like you're causing more harm than good. And
Yeah.
it's like move on, find the next person that you can work with and that appreciates, you appreciate them, they appreciate you, and an understanding of how to work together.
Yeah. That's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for coming. And why don't you let our listeners know where they can find you online, social
So,
media,
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
My social media is Chris Khalaf. I'm not a huge social media guy. I've been trying to get into it more. My Instagram is Chris Khalaf, and our website is www.sunnysidetitle.com. You can find us there, and you'll find me when you need to find me.
Yeah.
I'm around.
Absolutely. Yes, he is. And guys, I kid you not, they get title done ASAP. Great people to partner with. So make sure you follow them on social media and check out their website. Chris, thank you for coming. Thank you
bro.
for sharing your knowledge. Really
Appreciate
appreciate you, and definitely got to bring you on your next flip.
Yes, let's do
Right?
it.
Talk about that.
Let's do it.
All right, man. See you guys later.